If you're anything like me, there's nothing like spending time on the weekend, reading a really great book, one that's very engaging, rather than being on our phones all the time or being in front of the laptop that I have to because of my job. I prefer to sit with a book and read as much as I can because I don't get enough time on the weekdays. Today I'm bringing you 5 books that you can read on a weekend, sort of like a weekend getaway. If you can't get out of the house or you can't travel, you can still travel through the eye of these books. And what do you know, instead of being on your phone all the time, you can actually hone that reading habit that you have been wanting to for so long. So we'll get into the list soon. Get yourself cozy, get yourself a cup of tea, and sit back while I present to you my list of books that act as a weekend getaway. Hi guys, this is Pooja at A Book by the Window. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are reading good. As you can tell from the stack of books behind me, I'm back in India. It is almost at the end of the day for me. I really thought the sun is going to set slightly later than 6 o'clock in India, but as we are approaching September, almost at the end of September for us, and start of October, days are really getting shorter, and I have been in my element making these videos. I'm not blaming anything other than the extreme heat that I'm feeling these days. This is totally on me. I used to really enjoy India weather. I don't know what has happened to me. I really don't like sweating so much. It's not on the weather, it's totally me. I think I'll get accustomed to it in a week or so. But as I was saying, I've been planning to review a lot of books from the stack behind me. So if you spot something, let me know. I'm also planning a little series, more on that later. I have something cooking up in my mind. I hope I bring it to fruition as I always like to do. But for today's video, I will like to welcome you to the channel. If you are a new subscriber, hi, welcome. I am Pooja. I'm a 30-year-old software engineer. If you want to look at more fun stuff, things about my personal life, my thoughts on mental health, my story, there is a main channel that I run. You can find it in the description box below. And if not, if you're only here for the books, hi, subscribe to the channel. You're going to have a lot of fun here, I promise you that. And if you are an old subscriber, welcome back to the channel. We are going to talk about really fun books just in a minute, but before that, I'd like to welcome all of you to my fun space that I'm trying to create for myself. By the end of the video, if you find some feedback for me, my comments section is always open. I'm trying to just bring this very new channel up, so all constructive criticism, all constructive feedback is welcome. And after blabbering so much, let's get into the actual video. This weekend, if you're truly in the mood for something thought-provoking with a touch of magic, I'm going to recommend the first book to read, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This is an excellent read for people who want to relate to a story about mental health and also start believing in magic. The story is about Nora C, who finds herself in a library between life and death, where every book represents a different version of how her life would have turned out to be, because it is both imaginative and thought-provoking in its nature. A quote that I love from the book goes like, "Between life and death there is a library, and within that library the shelves go on forever. Every book provides a chance to try another life you could have lived." Next, really popular, really engaging book on my list is An American Marriage by Tayari Jones. I picked this novel solely for its element of drama, but as I would find out after reading, while reading it, that this is a story about complexity of life, love, marriages and relationship. Now I've just entered a marriage. I got married recently and there have been a lot of changes in my life. I'm not going to deny that. With that, I need guidance, I need a voice to my own story, and whenever I read books, I find my voice through those stories. So I have found it very reflective. I have reflected a lot after reading the book, and although it's fun and not fun, I would say it's not entirely fun. It really makes you think about things, but it is certainly very engaging. It follows the story of a young couple, Celestial and Roy, whose lives turn upside down when Roy is wrongfully imprisoned. The book touches on themes of disloyalty, justice, morality, and how circumstances can pull even the closest people apart. It's emotional, it's gripping, and it's perfect for quiet weekends when you really want to feel something. There's a particular quote from the book that I really like. Love is the enemy of sound judgment, and occasionally this enemy is stronger than even the strongest of men. I always love words. I love writing that speaks to you, and this has been one of the books that spoke to me. So I'm going to very royally put this one in my list. Moving on to the third book in the list. Now, if you're really looking for something funny, The Rosie Project by Graeme Simison is just the ticket. This one's about Dawn, a brilliant but socially awkward professor who comes up with a scientific plan to find himself a wife. Of course, things don't go as he planned when he meets Rose, who doesn't check any of the boxes in his list. But she's going to turn his life upside down in all the best ways. It's charming, it's witty, and it's going to make your weekend slightly more better when you're gonna laugh out loud on your couch. There is a little quote from the book that goes like, humans often fail to see what is close to them and obvious to others. Lots of books that remind you of the human nature while continue being witty and humorous, and this one is going to take the cake for making you feel like that. Before truly the light goes out, I'm going to quickly rush through the next two books in the list. The fourth book in the list is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. If you are in mood for something that is atmospheric and mysterious, Where the Crawdads Sing is an absolute must read. Set in the marshlands of North Carolina, it's a story about survival, loneliness, and the wild beauty of nature. The protagonist Kya is such a compelling character, and as the mystery of a murder unfolds, you will be hooked from start to finish. Perfect for those weekends when you want to dive into a different world. I'm going to end this description by a quote from the book that goes something like, I wasn't aware that words could hold so much. I didn't know a sentence could be so full. I know that words could be a plentiful. I know that sentences could be a lot. And with that said, let's get on to the final book in the list before this light also goes away. One of my favorite books to read when I read them was Normal People by Sally Rooney. It is a very unique book. It is a very different book, a book that is not entirely about a relationship, but everything that happens between a relationship, between the on and off of a relationship. This is the book that has always been tainted as bringing out the human emotion in its rawest form, and that is why I'm going to call this book the showstopper of this list. This one is quieter, more introspective read, but it's also very beautifully written. It follows the relationship between Connell and Mary, two people who are constantly drawn to each other but struggle to make things work because they are young, they miscommunicate, they get into misunderstandings. This is a tale as old as time, but it is Rooney's writing that makes it so distinguishing. It's all about connection, miscommunication, and finding yourself through the messiness of life. If you are into character-driven stories, this one will hit hard in the best way possible. Going to end this video with a little quote from the book. It was like there was something between them and he didn't know what it was. But it made him feel like they were in it together, like they were partners in crime or something. So there you have it, list of 5 books that are perfect for a weekend getaway. I hope you like this video, and if you want a part 2 of something similar or any other list that you'd like to see on this channel, I would be more than happy to make a video on that. If you have more video ideas or books that you would like me to review, please also comment down below in the comment section. I always read all the comments. I try to reply to all of them, and I'm ever so grateful for the support that you guys show me. I hope you guys liked today's video, and I hope you do pick up at least one book from the list. These books have been very special to me, and these books have entertained my life a lot. So I just want to pass along that feeling to the next reader who would enjoy these books. With that said, if you like the video, like it, comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys next time. Until then, happy reading.